Hi Aries, welcome. And this is your general scope for the week of April 17, 2017. And okay, let's see what's going on right now. Today is April 11th. Today is the pink full moon, and it's in Libra. Libra is about relationships. And usually with the full moons, I mean, astrologers have different variations on how they explain, but I'm not going to go into detail. It's usually Libra is the sign of relationships, and so this is like a relationship moon. But usually in a full moon is usually bringing endings to things. So regarding relationships, it doesn't mean relationships are ending. Maybe you're moving things to the next level. And usually new moons are regarding new beginnings. So yeah, I'm not going to go into detail about that. But I usually put my crystals out to energize during a full moon. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. Something else I wanted to mention, and this is again regarding the Mercury in retrograde. I should have just done a whole spiel about it instead of putting it in different videos. I go into more detail about Mercury in retrograde on the April 10th, the week of April 10th video. But like I said, and I'm not going to reiterate, but if I said that if you need to actually sign contracts and so forth during a Mercury in retrograde, because you just can't help it, like you really need to move or you really need that new job, then so be it. But one thing I wanted to mention is that you want to make sure you read the fine print. You want to read it and reread it. You want to be sure you got it. Okay, and understand it thoroughly, because of the misunderstandings that can go on. So a few things going on with me is my allergies are acting up, so I did take an allergy medicine so that I won't be sniffling, sneezing, scratching my nose, and so forth and so on, and I have a cold sore. So I got whammies going on. It's getting a lot better. I just hope it doesn't distract me doing the readings, because I wasn't going to show my face. I was just going to show the cards, but I'm also explaining something. So yeah, some people prefer the face, rather than seeing just the cards and the talking. So I just left it as is. So let's just get started with your reading. Okay. Oh boy. Oh Boise, Idaho's. We have a reversal in here. Okay. For Aries. So the Hangman is the first card that we draw in your spread, and this is a wait and see kind of moment or situation. Also, you're trying to look at things probably from a different perspective or a different view. So starting out the week with just wait and see mode, you're seeing where things are going with, I guess, a certain situation and so forth. It's a major arcana. You want to pay close attention to that. So wait and see kind of mode, and maybe some other people are trying to look at this from a different perspective. So whatever the situation may be, you're starting the week off like that, and possibly having maybe different or new ideas as well regarding that situation, but you're still just in a wait and see kind of mode. The next card we have is the Seven of Wands. This is kind of being in a defensive mode. Maybe some of you have your walls up at this time for some reason. Maybe that's why you're kind of in a wait and see kind of mode, but you're defending your position very well. But for some of you, just maybe a really small portion of you, there's nothing to really defend. You don't see anybody there, you just see the wands. But for some of you, there might be a definite reason why you're defending something so strongly. So defensive mode, walls up. In a way, it's also standing your ground as well. So maybe some of you are, standing your ground for something, and you're still fight. You're definitely fighting for something. I think my video just skipped. Sorry about that. It's kind of lagging, so I apologize if some funky stuff is on. Mercury in retrograde. So defensive mode, standing your ground. Some of you, maybe there's no reason to even be defensive on something because nobody's actually there. But What are sevens? Sevens are about strategy. Um, it shows the completion of a cycle and can bring changes. So that's the sevens for you. Next card we have is the Wheel of Fortune, but it is in reversed. How this happened, I'm not sure. So my computer's lagging again. So with this one, I think it is better to wait and see and stand your ground on certain things, but luck's not really on your side at this time. Fortune's not really on your side at this time. Karmic energies is not really on your side at this time. So a good time to wait and see, definitely. But it won't stay like this. The wheel is constantly turning, so eventually it'll turn up back like this. But it is a karmic wheel. It is regarding cycles as well. So you're just in a cycle at this time where, like I said, kind of a wait and see mode. So major arcana, again, you want to pay close attention to that. So just watch what's going on right now. Don't put any action into anything at this time. Like I said, with the Mercury retrograde as well, you kind of want to wait and see it out. Okay. Next card we have a lot of major arcana. So universe is kind of screaming out to you a message or messages about some things. Temperance is all about patience, so you're gonna have to have some patience regarding something this week. And this is about midweek, but like I say, the energy flows. This card is really about patience. Maybe you're wanting to test the waters as well, because he's dipping his toe in the waters. Maybe you want to test the waters regarding something as well. But this is don't do anything yet. Don't put any actions on anything yet for this week anyway. Wait and see how next week pans out. So this week is more about sitting back and observing rather than putting action into things at this time. This card is also about balance, so it's all about least resistance as well with whatever's going on at this time. Oh, my computer's lagging again. I hope this isn't interfering. But it is, yes, about patience. So yeah, no action this week. Just kind of wait and see, observe, just go with the flow, the path of least resistance. What else is this saying? This is also a card of alchemy as well. But yet, don't put any action into anything this week. So just be mindful of that. Next card we have is the Six of Coins or Six of Pentacles. Six is about harmony and balance. So you do have balance this week. And this is about giving, receiving, sharing, whatever you have. Balance and harmony. So I'm trying to see what the other cards, I'm trying to pick up from the other cards as well regarding this card. Harmony and balance is with you at this time. So you might be in a giving, sharing, or giving mood. I think more, see, I can't really decipher where this card fits in with the other cards. But you might be in a receiving, giving, or sharing mode. So either you're sharing with others, maybe you're receiving gifts from others. I say maybe you're on a receiving end this week. I'm just looking at the next card that follows this. That's why. And like I said, no action this week. So you might be in more of a receiving mode for this week. Things coming to you instead, like with the alchemy, you know, turning something into gold. So I think it more that way, but you got that harmony and balance for you this week as well. And I see the balance as well. So you want to just have some balance, and that's where the patience again comes in. But I say receiving because you're receiving some good news. So we have the Eight of Wands, some good news. Things happening quite swiftly, I believe, at this time too. Or good news coming into you quite swiftly this week. What else is going on? Just things happening probably quite swiftly for you. Maybe the week kind of goes swiftly for you this week. as well. And maybe this is the time to take action, but I still wouldn't advise taking any action this week because of what the cards are showing up. But it is a card of good news, and good news coming in swiftly as well. Last card we have is a Tower card. That's why I say don't take action this week. This card is about your foundations not being so stable at this time, and things are crumbling, or something needs to fall away at this time in order for you to begin something more solid and starting something on a more solid and stable grounds. You could get a spark of interest though, or on something, or a spark of an idea as well could come up for you. But yeah, no action. I just wouldn't advise any action this week. Just go with the flow. Let things happen. This is an inevitable kind of card as well. This is a Tower. Again, it's a major arcana. You want to pay close attention to this. But this is something that needs to happen. You can't help it. It's out of your control. It's something that just needs to really fall away and crumble to the ground, so you can start anew on a more stable foundation. And I said this in other readings where this has come up, because I've had this a lot of times, and it's when something does, at the time, it does feel cruel. Why is this happening to me, kind of thing. But when everything is done and said for, you actually, and you look back on it, you say, okay, that did need to happen to me, because better things do come up afterwards. So let's kind of recap here. You're in a wait and see kind of mode, maybe looking at things from a different perspective. You're standing your ground, or you're defending something quite honorably at this time as well. And this is a card of, because sevens is a card of completion, a completion of a cycle that goes with the Wheel of Fortune as well. And it brings changes, so pay attention to that. You're not in the best or fortunate situation at this time. Wheel is constantly turning, so just be advised of that. It is best to wait and see. It's going to take some patience on your part. Balance. Just go with the flow. You know, least the path of least resistance. But it will cause some patience to happen within you. You're gonna have to have patience this week. There is harmony and balance for you this week. You could be in a receiving mode at this time of week as well. This is like the weekend as well, so you want to be or pay close attention to that. You could receive some swift good news, coming to you quite quickly at this time as well. And this is the weekend. Could be invites to go out on the weekend as well, and something just needs to fall away and crumble and die, so that you can start something new on a more stable foundation for you. Something that's inevitable, it's out of your control, but something that really needs to happen for something good to come back into your life. So that brings us to the end of the reading. So just be patient this week. At least you're getting some good news. Some things actually could still be up in the air for you as well, but I don't see it that way when it comes to the Eight of Wands. I still see it as an action card, movement and moving forward, and I think that's what it basically means to me, although the good news is also very good, but it's a card of movement and moving forward. So yes, so just be patient. Just sit back, relax, and let things flow for you. So I thank you for watching. Wait and see what happens for next week. And but I still bid you a fabulous week as well. I'll see you guys next week. And just remember, it takes two to row. And I bid you aloha.